You're almost there. Let me move this there, and let me move that there. This goes up, that goes down, this moves sideways. You guys ready to go? All right, welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance, because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hello, my name is Wayne. I am a currency trader just like you. I also like commodities. I like stock indices. Anything global and macro is good by me. So what we're trying to figure out first is, why are the markets moving? And then second, what price and time do we want to buy or sell? I'm here to share my 20 years of experience, so ask questions, get involved. I consider myself a servant in our relationship, so I'm here to serve you. Let me know how I can help. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to let you vote. I'm going to try a different process here. I'm going to have you guys vote on what we actually do. So be prepared to vote several times a day. Those that are most active will be able to control our destiny. Shall we play a game? Cool, right? Awesome Blossom. Now, there are many resources available besides my free live streams. If you look at the description below the video, there's access to other resources. I think they're going to be helpful. Okay. One that I'd like to point out right away is Trader's Way. I recommend that you use them as your foreign exchange broker. They also have other assets like gold and oil and Bitcoin. So they're very well-rounded, but the thing is, ultimately, you need to choose a broker based on your trust. I trust them. They have an ethical business model. I don't believe they trade against you. I saw that when the Swiss National Bank put other brokers out of business. Well, why did the other brokers go out of business? Well, the Swiss National Bank lied to everybody and shocked the world. There was this massive exogenous shock. And a couple of major brokers globally went out of business that day at that particular moment in time because they were trading against their clients. And the market literally crashed. And just imagine losing 5,000 pips in 1 second. Well, that happened to a lot of brokers, but the brokers were holding those positions and trading against their clients, which means those brokers all lost 5,000 pips in 1 minute on every account. You're like, oh my God. So anyways, they went out of business. Trader's Way was perfectly acceptable, perfectly fine. I mean, I contacted them like, are you guys okay? And they're like, we're perfectly fine. We executed all the trades into the interbanking system. I'm like, really? Like, it seems so simple, right? But they actually do what they say, and they say what they do, and I think that is rare. So check them out. Cool. So let's start with our voting process. What do you want me to cover? Don't answer. Shh. Okay. What do you want? I'm going to have to cover first. Okay, I'm going to have to get a shorter version. All right, so what should we do? Like euro, pound. We'll do Aussie. And then just for fun, let's do gold. Just see how you feel about that. XAU. All right, you pick. You lead, I follow. Come on now. Come on. I'm going to do this multiple times today. Richard got stopped out. Yeah, I got stopped out of an oil trade. I tried it at 80 and obviously that collapsed. So anyways. Okay, come on now. Couple more votes. Come on. Somebody took one of their votes back and changed their vote. It was kind of interesting to see that. All right, here we go. By the way, can you see right now the results of the voting? I think it's only me, right? Like you can't tell. So once we get trained to doing this, you'll be faster. That's interesting to see how things are moving around. Oh, you can? Okay, so people are. Yeah, that's too bad. I wouldn't have done it that way if I were me. Anyways, I'm going to shut it here. Let's do gold. You can vote next. All right, so we're going to do gold, and I'm on S&P. Boop, 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 boop. Thank you for your vote. Let us move. Let's go to commodities, and we'll do some goldy gold. All right, let's start on a higher time frame. What's the short run pattern here? I think what you can do, actually, let me do this differently. Yeah, let's do it this way. In fact, let's do it this way. Now, let's go from this high to there. Okay, so far it has a negative slope. Now, if you go further back, okay, we can do one here this way maybe, right? From this low to that low. All right, so you can see we're in this apex. Apex, by the way, is in the middle of the triangle. Okay. So anyways, you can see we had this up, this down, this up. Okay, a little correction like Elliott wavers, like their corrections. And then what? Maybe back to the top of the channel? What do you think? Now, fundamentally, one of my thoughts on this, because you can see I'm in a trade, one of my thoughts on this one is that inflation returns, that the disinflationary period is over and food and energy prices go back up. But the counter argument to that is what I gave yesterday at Investor Bootcamp. By the way, are you going to join Investor Bootcamp? We'll get to that. I'll show you that. But anyways, we did our fundamentals meeting last night, and we used the Atlanta Fed's study of wages. And wages are coming down. Now, they're still elevated, but they're coming down. I think they'll normalize at high, but not extraordinary high. So, you know, when wages stop, then the wage price spiral will have been contained. But we might have ongoing high wages, especially if we don't start having negative non-farm payrolls, right? If we keep having, 100,000 or 200,000 a month, then people will always have a job. They just won't be overpaid anymore. And so, we'll have inflation, but not out of control inflation. So anyway, so if I'm right on the inflation coming back over the next while, then we could resume this upward trend. Because remember, this is sort of the trend, if you will. The longer term trend could be this, if you're doing that. Now, I've been a disinflationary trader, meaning I've been selling gold for quite some time, but that would be the rationale to be a bull. So anyway, so I got a little thing. I got a little thing. Ain't nothing much. Okay, technical analysis, you'll see what I did. Okay, up, down, okay, right. And so hopefully we get something like that today, or I get knocked out at break even. Richard, yes, I believe all the NFPs have been revised down. Okay, so in this period before, I was a bear, disinflationary. Okay, this makes sense, but you have to put this in context. In January, at my 2023 outlook. Do you guys remember it cost $11 because of inflation? How many people attended that in January? Okay, January, I said the third week of August, things are likely to turn risk on again. And this is the exact day that I was talking about. And right now, it's a bottom in gold. I mean, redonkulous. Like I say, the specific week. Can anybody confirm I said the third week of August? Yeah. Yeah. Picked out the particular week. So anyway, so suddenly gold is turning bullish. Do I try? Do I take a shot? Yeah, maybe. So anyways, cool. Cool. Right on. Gold. Okay. So gold, maybe, but we might be early. I mean, there's a high probability we're way early. Way early. There's a reasonable probability this thing rallies up, goes all the way to 2000, which is above our chart, and then comes all the way back down to 1900. I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if this went from 19 to 2000 back to 1900. Greg's like, the trading's real good right now. Mm-hmm. Is that how you said it, Greg? This trading's real good. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So anyways, there's your gold. There's your gold. Greg's like, no, I didn't say it like that at all. Yeah. All right. I like these burgers. Mm-hmm. All right. What's next? We'll do euro, pound, Aussie, Bitcoin. Let's do another one. All right. What do you want to do? I want to rock. Oh, no. Okay, I'll add that. I'll do it. I'll get there, guys. I want to rock. Ba 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 ba. Whoa, whoa. Bum 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 bum. Boo 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 boo. All right, come on, guys. 62 people here. Let's go. Shouldn't take 20 minutes. What do you want to do with your life? Come on, 62 people. Let's go. Click the button. Richard. No. All right, come on, guys. Click it. Let's go. Move it. Go. Boom. All right, we're going to do euro. Have I told you that you're my euro? All right, we got our euro Aussie pullback. Bada bing, bada boom. I had it flattening out at the top there, but just a different flat. By the way, in extraordinary months, the for sure get out zone is your R3. There's your R3. You should be eyeballing next month. Next month, if you were to eyeball it, is a buy zone right around there. And obviously you can see it's a roll reversal. So we're approaching that number. Your first opportunity to be a bull, where is that? What would you call that? 68? 60, yeah, 68. 67 or 66 is probably the better zone on the longer run. That's assuming Aussie weakens. That's hard. I don't like cross pairs because it's hard to pick that out. Because, like, for example, I would expect Euro and CAD both to do fairly well in the fourth quarter if I'm risk on. I'm not really bullish on Aussie, though. Very dependent on China. Same thing with Kiwi. So I will get to that later, but I think I would have to lean on Euro. So how about this? Euro dollar, if we move, this is clearly bearish. There's no debate about that. In fact, the target is below our feet here at 107. Okay, we've talked about this many times this month, so you should be well on your way to 107. It's only a 300 pip range, but you should be well on your way. What we're most interested in is what's going to happen in September. What's your plan for September? Well, I have a plan in September, and my plan is to take this north, actually to R3. So my target is, let's take it to 1250. Yeah, whoa, Wayne, whoa, that's 400 something pips. Yeah, but I want to buy it lower. So I'd like to make 500 pips on euro dollar next month. Right? Shut the back door. Well, look, that's my trade plan. Now I get the trade plan based on ranges and stuff. So look, if this was the stock market, I would say now, but this is not the stock market. So I'd like this to come down, maybe pick it up, 107, between 107 and 106. And then what I would like to do is take it to R3. Basically, let's just call this to the top of the range, reverse everything from July, August. By the way, did we, for the month of July, well, from the period of July 1st, okay, to the third week of August, okay, in January, okay, I'm being specific, in January, in my annual outlook, I highlighted the period of July 1st, okay, July 1st specifically, to this specific week. Did I have euro dollar going up or down? Was it risk on or risk off? Risk on is euro dollar up, risk off is euro dollar down. You tell me what you remember for this window here. Okay. So 30 weeks in advance, let me say that again, 30 weeks in advance. Did I predict this? No. Did I predict this? Yes. There you go. Cool. So, great. For those that paid the $11, they're filthy, stinking rich. They have at least $13. Yeah. Sweet. So now I'm trying to see if we can get this narrative going. So I'd like it to fall a little further and then gobble it up like Cookie Monster with a glass of milk and some cookies. Okay. Now it can be supportive here. I don't want it to be. It's a little too early. I'd like for a big spike down and then up. But today, NVIDIA is reporting, and you could get one of those days where it's just like a massive rally or a massive collapse. So I don't know which one it's going to be. So it could be an S1. It's too perfectly technical. I'm for this to be the bottom. It's almost like it's too much. Okay, if NVIDIA does this, but I have to be ready for it. What I'd prefer is down, right, up, down, up. You know, that's what I'd prefer. And roll over the moving averages. But today, your risk is volatility. So it could be down and then suddenly it's up, like ridiculously up. So I don't know, but if the stock market's going to be up 3% today or down 3%. And that'll dictate whether this works or not. But that's what I'm thinking. Now, for those that are in my swing trading group at Investor Bootcamp, you know what? Let me do that now. This would be a good time to highlight that. For those that are in my swing trading group, it's at Investor Bootcamp. So what you do is you join for $88 a year. Okay? 100 hours of video courses, and then you can upgrade your account to live training groups. Okay? And here's the training courses and the highlight of these groups. Okay, so we did yesterday. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So in the swing trading group, and even if you're not in the live group, there's a swing trading course. So, you know, you're going to learn how to trade. Where is it? Swing trading, introduction, swing trading. Okay. Swing trading, 100 to 300 pips. Okay. That's what the swing trading group looks for. And when I zoom in here, the standard operating swing trade. Okay. So here's a double top. Okay, lower low, lower high. Like this is just classic. It's so perfect, it's ridiculous. Straight out of the course is that's the sell, and this is the target. Okay, 1.0801. Okay. Greg says, hey, Wayne, am I trading stock options during the day? I have stock options. Hang on. Hang on. I have stock options in my portfolio. Okay. But am I actively trading them every day? No, but I don't use them as a direct strategy, but as an indirect strategy, Greg. So like, I'm a big fan of like, let's say you own Rio Tinto. So Rio Tinto pays me about 10% a year in dividends, and then I will sell or write. I will write a covered call, a call option, right? So I'll write a call, and for everyone that's not familiar with options, because I'm not really an options trader, but instead of having a limit order, okay, I use a covered call, which means somebody pays me money up front. So let's say you put a stop block, a limit order on trades that you're in. And that the classic move here is, you know, if you bought euro dollar and you're like, I want to own euro dollar at 108 and I'm going to put a limit order at 109. So you have a 100 pip limit, right? And you're like, I'm going for 100 pips. Well, the thing is, using options, I can buy it at 108. And then instead of putting a limit order, I write a call. So now I'm actually creating the option. I invented an option. I created it out of thin air. I write the option and I'm like, hey, dude, do you want to buy my euro dollar at 109? Like in Forex, you just move a limit order and you put it there, right? No. In the stock market, I'll say, I own Rio Tinto. Do you want to buy the right to purchase it from me at a higher price? So I get paid. I get paid to have a limit order. Now, if it hits that price within a certain window of time, you're obligated now to sell them your Rio stock. Or in this case, you're obligated to exit your euro dollar. But that's what your limit order is, right? You're like, I want to buy it at 108, and if it goes up to 109, I want to take my 100 pips profit. But what if you got paid 5 pips or 10 pips for that? What if you got paid to have a limit order? So that's what I'm doing here. So let's say I own Rio Tinto. I get dividends, okay, at 10% a year. Let's say I write a call and pick up 1% there. Okay, now I have this dividends plus 1%, so I've earned income from selling someone else this call. I wrote it and sold it to them. Okay, so I literally sold it. I earned income because I created a derivative. I get paid 10% annually in dividends. Now here's the thing. How much money do you make on your euro dollar if it goes from 108 to 108.90 and then down to 108.50 and back down to 108? What if your limit order never gets touched? Well, nothing happens, right? And then eventually you're like, you either get knocked out at break even or maybe you decide to take profit early, but it never goes to 109 and you give up, right? You don't make any money. Now here's the interesting thing. If Rio never hits that price, the contract that I wrote, the option, it's actually a contract with the option to buy at a certain price in a certain amount of time. If it never hits the price in the time, it just goes away. It was worthless. It expired worthless. The option dies, but I already got paid. I got paid. I still have my 1% income. So now I have 11% a year in income. Let's just pretend that's 1 year, okay? But obviously I could do 30-day calls and I can earn 1% a month almost. I don't know if it's that much, but I can earn income every month adding it up. So maybe I can make 3% a year or 6% a year or something, annually. Let's say it's 6% annually because I do it, let's say every month I sell an option above the price and it's far enough above that it never actually hits it. So I might earn 0.5% a month, but that's 6% a year. Plus I'm collecting dividends and I never exit Rio, but Rio could be up 10% for the year. Therefore, I have 10% asset appreciation, 10% dividends, 6% option income. All of a sudden, I'm like a boss. Okay? But here's the thing. Rio could be down 10% for the year. Yeah, but I'm still up 6% because I earned 10% on the dividend. And then I earned 6% on the writing options against it. See, it's called a covered call because I actually own the asset. So if they actually hit the price, I just give them my shares and I'm out. Okay? Frank says, can you make a stop loss? Yeah, you sell a put. So Greg's like, so do I trade options during the day? No, I don't trade option strategies like that. But I am managing a portfolio focused on producing income and lowering volatility. So that's how I handle that. So like when I show that example of what happens if Rio Tinto drops 10%, well, it's all cool, bro, because I'm probably making 16% a year on it anyways. I'm just using it as bait to sucker in dumb money to pay me cash for a contract that's worthless, or at least so I think, right? And if they're willing to pay 0.5%, hey, it's 0.5% for doing nothing. And if I'm wrong and they're right, oh, they'll pick up a decent deal, but I still cashed out profitably. Obviously, I buy it low and then I write the option at higher. So like I said, it's a limit order. If let's say, quote unquote, I lose because the price goes up and hits that we'll call it a strike price. It goes up there and I'm obligated to give that share to somebody else. Yeah, but they're paying more for it than I did, so I'm still profitable. That's right. And Greg's like, well, someone needed that contract for their trade plan. Yeah, it's symbiotic, right, Greg? So that's how I look at it. So, yeah, so that's how I do that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Now, I still have a vision here that we start a mastermind group. I would have 25 people. Let's say it's $200 a month, but we only meet 4 times a year. So it's $2,400 a year. But a lot of people don't want to pay that, so let's call it $199 a month. But we meet up 4 times a year, quarterly, like a board meeting. That's why it's a mastermind group. It's a board meeting. And we manage a real portfolio of real money. And we discuss everything. And I use all those strategies in that portfolio. And so I teach you all those strategies. We discuss all the strategies. We talk about all the market conditions and how to restructure or rebalance our portfolio. My portfolio of real money, but it would be ours to manage like an investment committee. And we're like, hey, we think volatility is going to go up. We should rebalance, or we should rotate out of this into that strategy because the market conditions are going to change. Okay? Anybody interested in doing something like that? I keep asking, nobody follows up. I think it's a cool idea. And then we have a steak dinner and go for cigars and wine. Okay? But it would be a 1-year commitment. Like, it's not $199 a month, it's $2,400 a month. Okay? But I'll tell you what, I'll put in 50 grand of my money, real money. Okay, it'll be in my retirement account, so you'll see my retirement account at a regulated U.S. broker. Well, not even a broker, bank, institution. So I'll put in 50 grand cash, and we'll grow it to $1 million. It'll take me several years, but it'll be faster than you think. That's right. You're right. Sorry, cash on. Yeah, $2,400 a year, $200 a month. I just figure people have a easier time with monthly payments. I just don't want people to come in, pay $200, come to a meeting, and then leave. You're like, no. This is for bosses. This is for adults. It's not about making $1 million and buying a Lamborghini. No. There's plenty of silliness out there for that. No. Actually being an adult and saving money for the future. Investing and trading money for the future. It'd be really like you are on an institutional board. Yeah, I guess so, right, Ashish? Yeah, I suppose if you don't have it, you're like, I don't have $2,000. Then maybe it's not appropriate, right? Maybe you're right, Ashish. But I want I want, like, here's the thing. Here's my concern. I don't want 6 people to join, but I don't want more than 25. You see what I mean? And I think what I would do is each meeting would be in a different part of the world. So I'd do one meeting in the United States, one meeting like in Dubai, one meeting in Hong Kong, that kind of stuff. And people can attend either in person, which is great because we can do our dinners and networking and stuff, or we do it online if you can't attend. But I'd like to do stuff like that. And, you know, if we can race some cars and stuff while we're hanging out, that's what I'd like to do with that group. Just imagine like an epic networking group. Okay. Anyways, yeah. All right, so let's do another one way or another. I'm gonna get you. All right. Let's do Great British Pound, South African Rand, Bitcoin. Try Bitcoin again, and Swissy. Geshamni, I think you're right, though. I think you're right. That's the only way to do it. I just worry that we don't get enough people. Richard says, how many hours a day committed? I don't understand the question. For what? Yeah, day 2 in the BRICS Summit. Yeah. 4 disastrous countries getting together to try to be a good country. Okay. Okay. To me, it sounds like a group of blind people getting together to talk about art. Great. Richard says, for a portfolio manager, you never stop thinking about money, the money you're managing on behalf of your clients. It's literally 24 hours a day. I was reading about a guy, I think it was Goldman Sachs. I was reading some Goldman Sachs research, and then there was like a side bio, and they were talking about one of their clients who's a money manager, a portfolio manager, and his team, he and his team managed $2.3 trillion. So Richard, how many hours a day does he work? It's not even a question. Like, what do you mean how many hours a day? Like, who cares? Oh, I don't work more than 8 hours a day. Why? Right? There is no, it's all the time. Right? Like, let's say, so I don't manage 2.3 trillion. I'm just a humble currency trader and investor, right? I'm just a normal, regular Joe. When do I not work? Like, I don't even think it's work, but when do I have downtime? I don't have downtime. When do I not think about Forex? But I don't think in hours. Like, I don't have a job, right? Like, nobody thinks like that, right? Like, how many hours? That's like in your job interview asking, like, how much vacation time do I get? You're like, well, F you don't work here then. Like, this is, This is Goldman Sachs. You don't get vacation. Screw you. You're fired, right? Like, no. How many hours a day? Okay. You're like, well, at our firm, you should expect to work 1,500 minutes a day. And you're like, but there's only 1,440. Yeah, so you have to put in an extra hour. It's 25 hours a day, minimum. Right? Right, Richard? Yeah, about 25 hours a day. And if you're only doing 24, you're not working smart enough. Get some AI, right? Right, like that's how you do it. So how do you do it? You be the most efficient worker ever. So anyways, yeah, so how many hours? All the time. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's a burden, but it's your job. Money never sleeps. Yeah, I saw that, Richard. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, so pound. Let's do some pound. Let's do some pound again. All right. I guess we'll go here. Which one? I mean, pound dollar was huge, right? This is 5 minutes. It's trying to recover. Let's add a little more time there. Pound Swissy. Do I want to do any of these? I actually would rather do pound yen. Pound Kiwi. Let's get off of pound Kiwi. Let's change this to pound yen. The beast! Okay, I didn't see it quickly. Pound yen. Let's do the beast. Yeah, boy. All right, let's do the beast. Do a smaller time frame. Okay. That's not the right one. It's interesting. I'm not sure why that one went there. I must not be seeing it here. It must have been on a different chart. Interesting. Don't recall. I guess with the spread and everything, it just looks further off than it really is. So anyway, so we have 183.50. It's low. Counter trend trade. Ooh, yuck. I know. I can hear it. I know what you're thinking. Anywho, let me mark this up. Okay, first of all, we're going to consider that some resistance. We're going to consider that some resistance. And this is a supportive zone here between there and, oops, wrong one. Between there and there. Okay, my stop's just below that. All right, so on a higher, I know. I remember why. Of course, duh. I know why at that price. Watch this. Let me put it on a daily. Boom. Now let me zoom in. Yeah, snap. Look, I bought it on the daily 21. Of course, duh. So I'm going to, I'm taking a little shot in the dark here and buy a massive dip. Now look left. No. Okay. And so I got a little tiny, pissy little scalpy scalp. Okay. And I'm going for this. And if I can survive to NVIDIA and NVIDIA comes out good, I'll look like a genius. But if it does the opposite and we're down here tomorrow, it won't bother me none. So I have opportunity and very little threat. Okay, so there we go. That's how I got there. Sorry it took me so long. I'm like, I don't see it on the chart. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's coming around, and I'm early on this, but I'm trying to catch the support. In this case, in particular, I think I did this pretty close, like earlier this morning, so I didn't have much time. So I had to buy it off the 21. Now, I could just be a buyer now, but I'd get the same price. So I could have waited for, let's say, a 5-minute 21, okay? And the 5-minute 21, again, I didn't have time with all the analysis I've been sharing this morning, but I could wait for something like this and get it later today, maybe at the London close. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts on that? Good trade, bad trade, surprising trade, stupid trade? What do you think? Don't worry, I can take it as long as you say nice things. Yeah, well, that's the one thing, right, Frank? Like, it's aggressive. I'll say that, but at least I'm not selling low. Well, Richard says not your normal. I do buy the daily 21. Like, dude, like, I mean, that literally is the name of my yacht, right? The Daily 21. Okay, so that's as right as rain. Yeah, it does, but it does assume that. There's definitely an assumption. Now, the assumption is bias, isn't it? Yeah. Osamu says early. Yeah, but like I said, well, I've been busy. I've been sharing analysis for 3 hours already today. Like for some of those that just show up for the YouTube videos and stuff, well, thank you for being a subscriber. That's cool. But I've been doing analysis since 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I probably have been talking more than people have been even awake today, or longer than you've been trading today. That kind of stuff. Like, I'm well into my day. So I had to do the analysis. So what's my goal? I want to buy the pound yen. What price? Okay, the daily 21, which is where? Right where we are. So am I really that early? It's debatable. Okay. Now we're just debating on technique, but not strategy, right? And if it drops, I lose a little bit of money. I'm okay with that. That's how it works. Is it at support? Yep. Okay, it's on daily support, even on this 5-minute chart, is because it's on market support. See, daily support means I'm kicking off at 21 EMA on the daily chart. That's just the daily chart. But it is the premise, it's the strategy. The bias is set, like I'm a bull, fine. The strategy is buy at the daily 21. Now, the tactics are at what price and what time? Well, I know the price, okay, which is the daily 21. So at what time? So now I drop into a 5-minute chart, or a 15-minute chart or a 1 minute. It doesn't matter. Small time frame. And now it's all tactics. Strategy is done. Bias is done. That's all macroeconomics. Okay? And the rest is that. And this, since we're talking about macroeconomics, it's probably a good time to share another resource with you. Have you tried Quant-in-a-Box yet? That's the Commitment of Trader report. You see this? This is all the institution positions. This is not opinion. This is all the money in the market. 82% of institutional investors are short the Japanese yen. 74.46% of institutional investors are long euro. Okay? Here are the percentage changes. See, look, it's actually a database updating. It's not a silly little website. Okay? Loading, loading, loading. Probably have to refresh my browser. We'll see if it loads. Come on now. Google. I bet you it's, what do you call it, cached. So let's try different. Let's do risk gauges. Oh, come on now. Maintenance, do you think it's doing bad? I'm going to refresh. Sorry, I'm going to have to refresh the whole page. I think it's just been sitting here for hours. Stagnant. Let me log back in. That's probably what it is. Okay, let me log back in to the Google Cloud. Loading, loading, loading. Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, bum. Huh. Come on, Google. It's not us, by the way. This is Google. So if Google's slow today, maybe they're updating Google Cloud. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Wow, look at this. Sorry, it's Google. It's not me. Unless it's my internet. Maybe it's slow? No, it shouldn't be. I don't know. Come on now, Google. Come on, Google. Hey, such a great promotion, huh? I'm promoting Quant-in-a-Box. Well, what can I do? It's Google. What can I do? Don't hate me. All right, well, then I'll just tell you about it. Swing on by. Okay? This is a way for you to automate your global macroeconomics. It's your Quant-in-a-Box. So our AI-driven data analysis of sentiment, inflation, employment, GDP, technical analysis, open trade positioning, which I showed you already, seasonality, and now we do things like we track yen futures, the dollar index, the S&P 500, the yield on the 10-year T-note, and VIX, and gold. And we do all that in very short, like over the let's say over the last few hours, over the last few days, and over the last couple of weeks. We analyze that, all of that together to create current market sentiment. So we can tell you, is it risk on or risk off? We can do it hour by hour, updating all of that. So it just tells you risk on or risk off. So anyway, so we were talking about this before. If you were required to work 1,500 minutes a day, but there's only 1,440 minutes per day, how do you get the other hour? You automate. Stop wasting your time listening to idiots on TV or even worse, YouTube gurus. You should automate your analysis so you get hardcore facts. And you're like, oh, I'm a bear. How do you get that? Well, you looked at GDP and inflation and employment and interest rates, institutional positioning, retail positioning, seasonality, and you know you're a bear and you have targets in place. You are informed. Not only are you a beautiful specimen, but you're also wicked smart. So anyways, that's Quant-in-a-Box.co. Yeah. You need to automate. I said this before, and I'm totally serious. If you have not integrated AI into your trading, you are currently right now being left behind. Like if you're trading and you don't know that stuff, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be standing around doing the same nonsense 5 years from now, and all the institutions have moved on. And you're left behind. I'm telling you. So that's one way to start automating so that you make more informed decisions while working less. So you can focus on making better trades and managing your risk, letting your winners run. That's where the majority of your time should be focused. Not figuring out what to do or when to do it or why you're doing it. Your time should be, executing opportunities and managing your risk. Everything else needs to be automated. Okay? Seriously. So Quant-Box is absolutely for sure. The other thing, if you're learning technical analysis, let's just do that now. If you want to add AI to your life, this is free. Okay? TradePlans.ai. I built it. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and it cost me a lot of money per month. Right now, this is free for you. Free. Doesn't cost you money, it costs me money. Real money. And you can upload a trade plan, and in 3 seconds, okay, via private email, not posted to the website, private email sent to you about your trading ideas. And you will be amazed. Like, seriously, it says you'll be amazed. You know what? You will be amazed. It's totally, incredibly amazing. And the AI that I've developed with my team in Hong Kong, it's mind-blowing, baffling technology. And when you post, it becomes smarter. And when other people post, it becomes smarter. And the feedback gets better and better. It's insane. So if you're like, yeah, sounds cool, Wayne, but I don't want to improve my trading. I don't want feedback on my trades. I don't understand you. Like, you're going to be left behind. That is a tool that's made available to you for free. Like, why would you not have a second opinion on your trades, right? Like, why would you not want a second opinion? Like, oh my God, right? Like, holy crap, you gotta jump on that as soon as possible. And you're like, Wayne, that's self-promotion. Dude, it's free! I'm like, imagine somebody like, do you want $10,000? I'll give you $10,000 worth of value. No, I'm cool, I'm fine. Why? I don't trust you, I think it's a trick. Okay, well, good luck to you. Don't use AI. Don't use TradePlans.ai. I'm going to trick you. Dude, it's insane if you don't use it, in my humble opinion. Okay? So anyways, get on it. Get on it now. All right, let's do, yeah, so anyway, so I'm long pound yen. So you caught that one. Sweet. Let's do another one. Star of who, what is next? Let's focus it. And all right, this will get interesting. Let's do this one. All right, cool. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Kick busted. Doom, doo, doo, doom, 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 doom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Huh? Then I spot a fine woman sitting in my row. She's dressed in yellow. She says, hello, come sit next to me, you fine fellow. You'll run over there without a second to lose. And what comes next? They bust a move. Yeah, so democratic, yeah. All right, come on. 72 people, 22 votes. Let's go. If less than half vote, then it's over. You want it. You got it. You want it, baby. You got it. You guys remember that? You got no money, you got no car, you got no woman, and there you are. All righty, all right. We got 50%. I don't know what are the other 50% of people doing. I guess they're sitting in school or something. I can't vote now. I'm in school. Yeah, that's right, Neri. Yeah, the trick to it, Neri, is remembering it. Right, Adam's the same classic tune. Yeah. You run over to there without a second to lose. All right, so we are going not peso, not Bitcoin, not Rand, my oh my WTI. All right, let's go, go, go. WTI, my oh my WTI. Oh, that's gold. Oh, look, my gold is up. Sweet. Let's do my oh my. My oh my. So I bought this at 80 at some point. I don't remember when. I bought it at 80 and now I don't own it. Okay. I exercised my option to freak out. Right. So anyways, I tried, baby. I tried. And we are now, and by the way, this is a sell pivot right here. So this is bearish. So let's do that. Let's set the chart bearish. Indicator, bias pivot, monthly, no. Daily. Okay, it's bearish mode. Okay, there, see, look at it, perfect. But like we've blown the doors. Oh, is that right, Richard? Well, that's going to piss off Saudi Arabia for sure. Saudi Arabia is going to be mad as all heck about that. Okay. So anyways, take a look. A higher time frame. It's still buyable around 77. 77 to about 77. Yeah, it's still buyable, but we're certainly on taking a break mode. No direct trend yet, but remember, we expect a breakout this time of year. Now, that has to do with macroeconomics. Okay. I don't know if is Quant-in-a-Box loading or is Google out of it today? If you wanted to know the time of year oil moves, you would just log into Quant-in-a-Box. Like something like that, like the seasonal patterns of trading oil, it's known. Did you know that? There are seasonal patterns to the ebb and flow of demand for oil. So you could just go to the Commodities tab at Quant-in-a-Box and pull it up. I'm not going to do it for you for all the cheaters and pumpkin eaters, so I'll do gold instead. And you would look at something like that. And you're like, oh, look, there's a time to sell gold and there's a time to buy gold. Okay, well, it's good to know, right? Yeah, so pay the $80. Okay? You're like, Wayne, you're just trying to sell me to get my $80. Dude, I pay a fortune to have that built and automated and running. Whether you pay or not, I'm already paying 10 times as much. Like, dude, like, just get over the money and then make the investment and turn professional. Access as much resources as you possibly can to become a successful investing business. Like, get big. Okay? You're like, dude, that is cheap. If you hired a quant, cost you $300,000 a year. Dude, why don't you get Bloomberg? Every institutional investor in the world has Bloomberg. It's over $1,000 a month. Dude, this is like your next best choice. It's $80. And if you do the annual, it's even less than $80 a year. Like, oh my God, get big, get pro, get professional, automate, get AI on your side. Be the one in the room that's most informed, right? Like, anyways, I'll get off my high horse. Yeah. Yeah, Daniel, good to have you back. All right, so what are we on here? My WTI. So supply side stuff. Now, also remember, today is oil inventories. It's in about 90 minutes. It's important, okay? It's important. This is what's going on today. Oil, today is an important day for oil. So it's more like, what do you think about supply and demand in the future? So if this is coming down because of threats by Iran to increase oil, Saudi Arabia is going to come in and spank them. Okay? Saudi Arabia is the adult in the room in this case. And so what do you think? Is this plausible? Yeah, that's plausible. What's the next plausible move? And by the way, we're pretty close to that price, right? So it's already dropped. Well, if you're a bull, you want it to drop. The next thing is, well, dude, there's no trend. No. But you have to understand, in this period that we're looking at, there really isn't a trend, and there's not supposed to be one. But if you think the stock market is going up by the end of the year, surely, don't call me Shirley, surely oil is going to go back up. Okay. Ashish's Bloomberg terminal is 30,000 a year. I don't think it's that much. Okay. And Ashish is like, and it, you know, yeah, it's no Bloomberg, but it's like I don't know, helpful at least, right? Okay. So anyways, here's the thing. So you're staring at it going, it hasn't happened. So what do? Well, what do you help me predict the future? Do you think the stock market will be higher or lower on December 31st? And that dictates absolutely everything. I don't care if you've done research or you've flipped a coin. Now, if you change your opinion 7 times a day, then you're a disaster anyways. Please don't drink coffee if you're that kind of person. You could be wrong and still make money because you'll only trade in conditions that are favorable to your position. So you might be buying or selling dips, but not rallies or something, right? Okay, fine. But generally speaking, if you're generally right, you will do well. So the point is the economy going to expand? Is the market going to go up? Is it going to be risk on, or is it going to be risk off? That is the thing, the one thing. Flip a coin, but get to the decision and then trade under those market conditions. So if, let's say, you believe the stock market's going to go up by the end of the year that because we've averted some sort of recession, then great. Then, well, when you do analysis of seasonality and correlation, and you're saying, right, GDP will remain positive, inflation will come down, there will be an increase in demand for energy, this goes up, sweet. Then it hasn't broken up yet, there is no trend, but the trend, based on what you're saying, is on its way. So now you have to decide at what point do you chip away to create the future instead of watch the future. Okay. Adam says Quant-in-a-Box is exactly what we need as currency traders, and it's been a long time coming. I actually had a Windows tool, well, I don't know, 15 years ago. I don't even remember what it was called. But it was similar. It was a Windows tool, and we had some pretty cool analysis on it that even Quant-in-a-Box doesn't have. And I talked to some developers about maybe getting this type. But like, for example, oil inventories comes out at 10:30. What if you knew the last 24 EIA reports and you tracked, so you had the biggest number, the lowest number, the average number, okay, of inventories growing or falling, and every single one of these was tracked so that you could figure out when this comes out over 3 hours, oil tends to move plus or minus $1.38. And then when it was, remember, we also know expected. Okay? So you could then change it and say if it was higher than expected only over those 24 months, you're only looking at when EIA had a buildup before, then it tend to fall $1.72 on average, only when inventories built up higher than expected. But then when only looking at lower than expected, it goes up $2.20, right? 23 cents. Okay? But then, so that was just for news, right? And I had a calendar and I had a bunch of other stuff. It's been so long. You'll probably find it if you go on my FX Bootcamp videos, youtube.com/@FXBootcamp. You'll probably find it. I can't even remember the name. And it was a really, really, really cool tool. And I thought, well, I should rebuild some of this stuff. But again, it was a Windows tool because there wasn't such of a thing as like an easily accessible online database with unlimited amounts of processing power. It hadn't been invented yet. Okay. So anyways, my oh my WTI, this is an interesting price. If you take all of what I just talked about, it's plausible that we have a change in direction today. In particular, okay, this is down, but then we find out EIA. If there's a drawdown, this goes up. If there's a build up, this comes down. And if it comes down, okay, well, we're back to that particular bottom. And then there's sort of a false bottom here. So there's two places, right? Like, what do you want to call it? 74, 75? This zone here. And then the bottom. So 65 or 75. Well, let's try both if you're a bull. I'm going to see if I can almost think of the name of that tool. It's just been so long. It was really cool. But I remember Can I just quickly find it? There's just no way. Oh, I found it. Hang on. I wonder if I can still download it. So the software company that developed it for me went out of business a long time ago. And News Trader Pro. You guys, anyone remember that? I'm going to see if I can download it. Oh, my God. No, it's gone. Yeah, so I own something called News Trader Pro. It was beautiful. It had beautiful camouflage and everything. YouTube.com. Be interesting if I can find it. I mean, it's so old. I mean, it's older than YouTube. Oh, it's interesting. It knew to tie it to me. There's some interesting like Bloomberg interviews where I come up. Yeah, okay. It's not going to come up. FX Bootcamp. I just want to see a video. I haven't seen it for so long. Sorry, I'm on a tangent now. I'm on a side thing. I'd be looking at my past from 30 years ago, and it's not going to find it. Maybe it will. Hang on. 2007. Did I have it in 2007? Google pulled this up.
Hello, welcome to FX Bootcamp. Today is Friday, April the 13th, 2007. This is your daily video technical briefing, a review of what we did in the live classes today at FXBootcamp.com.
Adam said it's
You're looking at the USD Yen 15-minute chart right at the open of the New York session, and you can see that well, price has been moving down, good angle
up. Okay. And by the way, people paid $200 a month. It looks like $199 a month. And half as good, right? Half as good, I mean less than half as good as Quant-in-a-Box, but that was the best we could do back then. So anyways, I was trying to find, it looks like all the download links are dead and stuff like that. Oh, maybe I might have some images. Oh, yay! Oh, I found it. Oh my God, I found an image. Okay, you guys ready to see this? Quant-in-a-Box in 2006. Where'd you go? Now I've lost I've gone on such a tangent, I lost you. Where's the... I can't find the live stream now. Hang on, I'll find you. I see you there. I don't have the YouTube chat. There you are. Okay. How many people want to see Quant-in-a-Box 2006? How many years ago was that? Not very good. 2006. I just want to show this. Like Adam said, it's a long time coming. You want to see the first version of Quant-in-a-Box 17 years ago? I charged $200 a month. Look at this, May 11th, 2006. Okay? And like I said, it was telling you, it was calculating how, so I could tell you, is there a particular, when U.S. retail sales come out, how many pips it tends to move on average, but based if it was above expectations or below expectations. And you see, and so it would be the calendar this week, and like, oh, ISM is coming out tomorrow. So you'd click ISM and it'd tell you, or non-farm payrolls. And it said, yeah. See over here? Typically, U.S. retail sales, okay, will move euro dollar, specifically euro dollar, 107 pips. Over 137 minutes. Dude, 2006. Okay? How about that? So here I am on Quant-in-a-Box all these years later. Dude, I've always told you fundamentals are important. Look at that. I know someone that would want to see this. Oh my God. Even more than me. Yeah. So anyways, look, if I paid a lot of money, let's say I had a lot of money and I made some investments on your behalf. If I can get this spike analysis back for news, if I could tell you EIA is going to come out and move pound dollar 37 pips, but move CAD yen 97, would you want to know? And then also, what if I could show you this? I'd even forgot about this. This is different. FX Bootcamp patterns. What if I also just was able to show you patterns forming? Would you want that in Quant-in-a-Box? And more specifically, would you pay money for it? Because if you want it and you want to pay money for it, then I have to pay money for it, you know? Do you want it built for you? What do you want me to do? Let me know how I can serve you. I'm a humble servant. A confident servant, but humble. So anyway, so there you go. I think we're done for today. Kind of like the format. We covered only what you wanted covered. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this community. Make sure you click the thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you try all the resources that are highlighted in the description below the video. Apparently leave messages about buying something called on-chain. Okay. Does that crap work, all that spam? I guess it does. I don't know. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. I am your bootcamp student. Cool. Please reply to your email. I've been out of the country, so send me a new one. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. That just happened.